I promised you, yes. And the gentleman is here. Of course, that is Ken Daniels Kayongo. Of course, he moved to Sweden, Stockholm at around 17. Of course, he stayed there for quite a period of time. Then thereafter, he left, went to New York, music in time. He was moving music door to door. And of course, one thing we cannot forget, of course, is the son of the honorable once them days. And of course, Mama, of course, by the way, Chalo Chechiriwa Neno Magere, Manyaba Be Magere. But of course, this time around, we decided to be having him. Something happened that, of course, everyone is talking about globally. It has affected us, and of course, that is COVID-19. And of course, he got caught up in some place, and then things were not good. He caught COVID-19, and with the stigmatization that is incorporated with it. Let me come out so that I can tell people. But of course, when it comes to his music, Ojana, it's a long one that of course we're going to be talking about right now. He's based here in Uganda. He's a dancer, composer, music producer, anything that you could think of in entertainment. Of course, he goes for it. Wow, go on.
Yo, that's a big intro right there.
Hey, to the speed. What's up? How are you doing?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling.
I'm super excited seeing you in person.
I appreciate you having me today.
You've been all over the world.
I have.
Everywhere. And
No
right
lies.
now looking at you, courtesy of MTN. If
Yes.
it wasn't MTN, huh? So for a start, for the people who are watching, and by the way, which mind these guys had a song which was on billboards. If you didn't know. You didn't know, yes. Of course, it was on Billboard. What do you know, Uganda? Who has been on Billboard in Uganda? I think none. You can do the intro. Simple intro, anything. You can tell them who we are with.
Well, my name is Ken Daniels. Of course, Kayongo. That's my family name. I was born here. We come from our chalo is Magere, just like you said. Actually, we're neighbors with Bobby Wine. Yeah, that was our land. My dad sold it to him. So whatever's going on in Magere, you can blame Honorable Tom Kayongo. But yeah, so that's my dad. He was a member of parliament for about 20 years. He's a historical member of the NRM. Yeah. I don't have a party, so nobody come to me and start telling me about politics. But I've been in the music industry for over 20 years. Got signed to, I think we're the first East African group to get signed to Universal Music.
When you were in Sweden and the way how they got you, they were like, we need someone, to implement, the group. And then you came in and they noticed that you are even more brighter than the guys before in there. We can keep on.
Well, I mean, the group started off as practically it was just a DJ and two guys who were trying to rap. Yeah. And they had a Ugandan manager. And he was called Kenneth Magoye, and he basically told me that you love music, and at that time, of course, you've gone there to get an education, right? Yeah. And so I kind of got involved, being the opening act for them.
Yes.
And then eventually they were like, "Bro, do you wanna come and join us?" And then I joined them, and that's how the group kept expanding. Swahili Nation was never one thing; it just kept on expanding and getting better and better. So that's what it is.
And after some time, you disappeared. What happened in between there? Because you were not releasing as much music as you used to release them days.
You see, the thing is that the difference between our journey and the journey of a lot of the guys in the music industry here is that we were actually signed to a major label. Yeah. And that means that they control your destiny. Everything. So you can't just wake up tomorrow and call up, DJ Anderson and say, "Yo, Anderson, kakube," So you have to, they literally, they're the ones who decide what you're gonna do. So disappearing meant that we were actually still in a contract, but they were not putting us to work. Yeah. Sometimes labels, they sign artists and they do something they call shelving. They put you on the shelf. So you can't actually release music, you're just there. Yes. You're signed, but you're stuck.
Is it a good thing or?
It's a bad thing. Yeah, it's
true.
horrible. It's horrible. So, I mean, our journey was tough because, think about it, this is in the 90s, okay? We're very few Africans in Europe. And we are the first East African group. There's no white people in there. We're just East Africans. And we're incorporating Swahili into our lyrical format, and we're doing this for white people.
And now Mpenzi goes on Billboard. How was the experience?
Mpenzi was a very strange thing because we had just left one label to another, and we're trying to figure out what the single should be. And we're going through all these nice R&B songs that we had, and all of a sudden we play this Mpenzi, which at the time it was just like a bunch of small things. And I took it home to listen to it again. And that night I played Marvin Gaye's Sexual Healing. Dum, 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 dum. I was like, yo, wait a minute. Benzi, Hakuna Matata. I was like, yo, it clicked. I was like, that's it. So I went back to the label. We redid that whatever. Of course, we asked for permission. We redid that. And they were like, yo, this is it. Let's put this one out. So it went on radio and boom, 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 radio after radio. They started playing it. We were on all different type of channels and all that. And that song was supposed to actually be in The Lion King. Yeah, they wanted that part, the intro.
Yes.
They wanted that intro, and we were supposed to meet with Elton John, actually. And guess what? They took the song, and we're like, oh my gosh, they're gonna take the song. But then the next thing we know is Elton John has literally gone and done his own version.
Yes.
And that's what ended up on.
You know, when we start talking about your music, of course, we can go on and on and on, and the 2 hours can be dead just like that. Now let's come. You know, Ugandans right now, they are basically complaining. Even some of them, they are like, COVID. When I got to know that you caught the disease,
Yes.
and then after healed,
Yes.
I was in a shock.
Right.
And when you came out keeping other factors constant of stigmatization, now I want the full story. When do you get it? How do you get it? How do you recover?
Right.
And now I'm here with you, basically, a recovery.
A survivor. Well, you know, I was in Stockholm, Sweden. And I was there with Charlie. I don't know if you know Charlie King, one of the members of the group.
Yes.
So, you know, just hanging out, he was just giving me the whole lowdown. We were working on a new album. And we used to, you know, just hang out. And at that time, remember, Sweden is the only country that did not put their strict lockdown.
Yes.
Out of all the countries in Europe, they didn't have the strict lockdown. So everything kept on operating except for probably like the clubs and stuff like that. But as far as I'm concerned, most of everything was basically the same, right? So what happened is that I was staying with a bunch of friends, and one of the girl's husband, one day he actually literally called me, and he had fainted. He was playing golf, and he had fainted, and we did not know what the problem was. And I went and picked him up, I brought him home, and this guy was just shaking in bed. And I was like, man, what the hell's wrong with this guy? You know? And then the next thing I know is she got sick. And I was like, okay, what is happening? And now this time we do not know what's wrong. And that night, I remember waking up in a cold sweat. I was like, okay, what's happening to me? My whole skin had a rush. And I was scared. I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then the next day, it was like maybe 2 days later, I started getting a fever, one of the worst fevers I've ever had. I've had malaria like once in my life, and this was worse. You know, so the nightmares, my fever was just ridiculous. I mean, like beyond the scale. So at that point, all three of us are sick. All three of us are down. Like literally, we could not eat. You know, you could not smell anything. You could not taste anything. And within that second week of having it, now I'm getting everybody calling me. My mom is calling me. My dad is calling me. My brother's calling me. Everybody's trying to give me advice. Oh, tangauzi, this, that, garlic, blah, 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 blah. And to be honest with you, Anderson, for the first time in my life, I literally went in the mirror, and I was like, man, this could be it. Yeah. This could be it, because I literally got a call that a friend of mine had just died.
Of COVID.
Of COVID, a Ugandan in Sweden.
Yeah.
And I asked his wife, like, what happened, and she said that what happened is that she got exactly the same symptoms, but then it started affecting his lungs, and then he couldn't breathe. And I didn't want to tell her because I was having a hard time breathing.
Yeah.
I used to go outside and try and catch some air, and I couldn't breathe. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then the next thing I know is they put him on a ventilator. And you know. And at that point, I was like, oh, I probably need to go down on my knees and ask God, like, yo, forgive me or whatever, you know, because it's that serious. But then after about 3 weeks, I literally spent my birthday is on the 9th of May. I spent my birthday in bed, you know. But anyway, what happened is that we beat it, we're alive, and I'm thankful to God.
So you go to the hospital, they do the diagnosis, and then they tell you, you know what, Ken,
we didn't
you're
go.
having COVID.
We didn't go to hospital at that time. They were not allowing anybody to go to hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a virtual doctor. You know, their technology is crazy. They have a virtual doctor who comes. It's basically like a Zoom call. Yeah. He comes on and you tell him what's going on. He writes everything down. Da 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 da. He tells you breathe. He has this meter. He's able to see whatever. And at that point, they had this car that came and they did the test there. They took it back and they confirmed that we had the COVID. And
this is what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Because I want us to really understand this story. Most of the Ugandans have doubts, that, we could be not having COVID. Why are we even having the lockdown, yeah? But he has been there, he has caught the disease, and then he cured, and now he's here, yeah? To assure us, this is very real. So most of the time when I come here and I tell you guys, you're supposed to be putting on your mask, it is very serious. Let's just go in for a short break. When we come back, we're still continuing with this. But I know we'll also talk about music again. Where you guys? You're watching, you're doing such a great job. Don't forget, you can still catch, you can keep the conversation going, yeah? That is on our Twitter, that is Record TV UG, still again on Instagram, still again on Facebook. And of course, we are still with Daniels, that is Ken Kayongo, and he's telling us the experience, with COVID. Most of the people don't believe that, we are having COVID, but it is a serious disease, and of course it has killed millions and millions of people globally. So now you didn't go to the hospital. I want that part where now you get to know it is COVID. Yep. People are dying worldwide, and you're almost getting dead. So what happens? I want to know about the treatment.
So, I mean, they don't really have a treatment. They basically boost your treatment is to boost your immune system,
yeah.
Your immunity. The wonderful thing is that most people have a strong immune system. So most people will probably recover, and different people, he was asking me he was telling me some of his friends are like waiting for the 2 weeks to pass and whatever. Yeah. But everybody has a different experience. Some people have high blood pressure, some people might have underlying conditions that might not do well. And so what COVID does is that it goes and uses whatever weakness is in your body, and you take advantage of that. So if you have asthma, remember it's almost
lungs,
it will attack the lungs and that kind of thing. So I've had people that are fit as hell die of this thing. So basically the treatment is your regular stuff. We have it all in Africa.
Yes.
I mean, think about it. We have every single thing that can cure this thing. Well, not cure because there's no official cure, but things that can boost your immunity. Things that can, because they tell you take your vitamin C, vitamin D, literally all the vitamins, and we can find all that stuff in our, local, fruits and vegetables and herbs and all that kind of thing. So that's what I did, man.
So how long did it take, for you to start feeling fine?
It took me about, I would say, a month.
Mwezi
mulamba. I was down. Remember it started with a rush, right? And that rush was horrible. And I was actually talking to the doctor and say, that was your kidneys, bro. That was my kidneys.
That means, when you get COVID, the signs and symptoms vary from one person to another.
Exactly.
But keeping constant, the breathing,
the breathing, if you have a problem breathing, run to the hospital. Run to the hospital, because that's life,
most of the times when you're for us here in Uganda, that stigmatization aren't easy, Didn't you fear coming out, how people treat you, they are scared of you, they don't want to get near you because you've had the disease, even if you cure, they're like, but kweri. Did you think about that before coming out?
I didn't think about it because it's just dumb. It's just stupid, We're here, by the way, if anybody did not know it, we're here on the clock.
Yes.
You know, you could walk out tomorrow and get hit by a car.
Dead.
You could get malaria and die.
Dead.
You could get hepatitis C or B or D or whatever. You could get HIV.
Yeah.
You could get COVID. This is the nature of life. So for somebody to get something that I mean, what is it, like 4 million people have it like worldwide? Yeah. The president of the United States just had it. Yeah. What are you scared of? I think stigma is because of ignorance. You know, that fear of coming out and saying that, hey, listen, I had this, you know, but I beat it. I'm good now.
But remember, you're in a country. Akauka jekaveri kulo.
Yeah, I don't buy it. I think people need to, you know, what is better? Okufa or okubera omulamu? You know, what is better for you? So okubera omulamu means that you do simple things. Wear your mask.
Yeah.
Social distance. You know, take care of yourself. Man, I love life.
Yes, everyone loves life.
Everyone
so
loves
that means as long as, you know, I put on my mask,
yeah,
sanitize, and you know, wash my hands,
social distance,
social distancing.
Yeah.
Kati bana bagamba muno wanene mu Uganda bala kabatufera. What would you tell them? Because kati go baddemu kono no ka feeling.
Yeah, Mbalaba, and you know, in most cases, we have to separate what the actions that, for example, government tries to do to deal with it, and what you need to do for yourself as an individual, okay? So people are mad, and they understand that, because, you know, things like clubs have been closed down, schools have been closed, and people's well-being and welfare, you know,
yes.
you know, then people start questioning, is this the right thing? So I think, but we need to separate those two things.
Yeah.
You know, that is government policy versus your health. So for you, as Anderson, what do you do to protect yourself as Anderson?
Yes.
But you as Anderson, what do you do? Me as Ken, what do I do? Me as Ken, I will protect myself and my family. You know, I do not go to my parents' house without wearing a mask.
Yeah.
Because my dad and mom are over 70.
True.
And I don't want to be the guy that brought COVID home.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Just imagine the guilt of being the guy that brought COVID home to your parents. That's a horrible thing.
And I think MTN has done a great job, you know, you being like, you're acting like an ambassador when it comes to this, and it is a very good venture, and this is very beautiful. It's really very nice.
I don't want to even call myself an ambassador. I want to call myself an ambassador of life.
Yeah.
Because it's important to know that, and you know what? Young people actually need to worry more about their older people. A lot of young people, Uganda is a young people country.
Yes, true.
You know what, 75%, you know. But we need to care and worry about our grandparents, our parents, and all that. So companies like MTN are doing a great job at keeping this going. And it's just like the fight for HIV, you know, how a lot of companies were doing it. But this time, this is serious because, you know, not everybody was having sex at that time,
true.
But everybody breathes, true. Everybody speaks, true. Everybody, you know, so this can affect your 5-year-old child, it can affect your 10-year-old child, it can affect your 50-year-old, you know, it can affect your 70-year-old grandmother or mother.
You being an artist, and most of the artists are like, banange, Museveni tutemu tuyingire ekibala tukole concert, and you're an artist too. Imagine you're the president, and then you're having your citizens, you know, crying out loud, you know, even these promoters, and they're like, man, we need a concert, man, we have to go back to bars. You who has experienced and you've caught COVID and again cured, if you're the president, what would you advise to those people who want to go back to bars and then have concerts?
Well, you know, that's a very difficult thing. First of all, being a president is very difficult. But I think that if I was the president, I would give audience to the entertainment industry, you know, just like you give audience to the
farmers,
to the education. The entertainment industry in Uganda is now a real industry.
True.
People live, make bread, cheese, and butter on this industry.
True.
People wake up in the morning and plan how they're going to make money being an entertainer.
Yes.
So why would me as a president not want to give audience to those people? Sit down with the entertainment fraternity and figure out how to make it work.
I want you to tell me, Jessica, gwe gamba njagala onnyinyonnyole woba gwe.
Yes.
You know, baagala bivvulu, baagala mabala gaggulwewo, naye gw'obaddeko ne COVID n'omugezesa. So omutegeera bulungi n'owona. Kati naawe ate okola music, ate nabo mwe bajja ekyokulya. Kati nga gwe plani oyinza gikuba otyo, oyinza okunnyonnyola n'ongamba omanyi Anderson, maybe tujja kubeera mu bbaala naye oli ayimirira ali ono n'ayimirira wano, you know, nga buli omu I want gwe nga gwe because kati tuli ku source kwennyini kati awo advising a government yaffe tugambe muno MTN yatusiddeko Ken n'aleeta solution.
Eyo solution nga nzibu. Solution eyo nzibu. Niyo omanyi kati wabweru waliwo some places we bakoze safe distancing concerts. Okay? Wagiraba. Ezimu bazikolera mu mmotoka. Okimanyi nti edda bakolanga movies. In fact, wali naggulu side baayongawo gundi complex bagitanga Fox Drive-In.
Cinema mujja buzino park nga musigala motoka ne popcorn zaamwe screen wali eri ne mukenga.
Kati gotebe zamusinga twali to China's drive-in. Trying to tugenda tulaba movies right now.
True.
Kubanga that's social distancing. I think there are ways to social distance and still give people entertainment. You know, twetaaga kutta the whole industry. Kubanga fe unfortunately, government have retained that kind of money. America literally gave away $2 trillion. Sure. Okay? So we don't have that money. But what the president could do, if I was, and I'm not the president, I'm not going to run for
advising
president, but I'm advising, what the president would do is to tell people like me, who have had a global perspective on things, badekwe Sweden, badekwe America, badekwe Bungereza, by then Haiti na Bungereza.
London is like your third place, your third home.
Yeah. So I've seen what they're trying to do there, okay? They, as bad as it is, they know that destroying the full economy is also bad. So as you're achieving one thing, you need to achieve another thing as well. So katibo clubs, C clubs, ne baraba zigula. There are certain SOPs you need to follow.
Yes.
And one of those is bars will be closed by 10 o'clock.
True.
You know, short-term opening hours. There's things you can do, but you need to research it and figure out, bring in the experts and figure it out. But don't kill the industry. I love the entertainment industry. I would love to see a concert, somebody do a concert where there's a social distancing.
True.
Government ekikiriza ekyo.
Franga Shumba inake ayogera Jessica nuko kali tekali serious. Franga Shumba yagamba singa Museveni yasooka naggula amabaala bana abalowooza mu bintu ebiriyo ne biranga sample specimen. Abo agamba no Museveni befula abagala ekibala amabala gaggule bonna bategere ebere sample amasomero bategera nga tebagize then nga tekugula amasomero buli kimu nga kiriya.
Kati yayogera bubi.
Kubanga embadde nsaaga.
Yeah, bubi. I mean, tulina okulowooza ku bantu bonna, we're Ugandans, so we have to put every single Ugandan's life before anything else. So
you've come back to Uganda officially to do music, or you're going to stay here for a while and then leave? Now let's go back to music. Should we expect collabos obe ya Camilo nje mwakola eri yasembayo?
Yadda. No, what remember twakwa ne APAS?
Yeah, APAS, yeah.
Yeah, we did a song with APAS. Nakulo rimba ne Navio actually sinadu fulumia.
Yeah.
Right now I'm actually in the studio. Iramba dem studio wa Navio. I'm working on my own thing. So
the label contract ya gwako.
Yeah, contract ya gwako.
So now you're officially katuoli.
Katingenda kule bitu byekina Uganda. Release a single, put it out,
so
let it go.
Give us your calendar mu entertainment kati plan eri etya ugambe navyo kati otugitegedde otubulire plan egenda kubeera etya, and for the people who want to work with you, how they can get to you.
I don't like doing too many collabos.
Yeah.
You know, because I think that you first accomplish your own goals. Well, abantu abago kusoko kola collabo.
Yeah.
Abantu bayamba to get to where they are. I'm not looking for fame.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking for. So this is more like passion.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing a couple. I think the style young is totally different from a lot of the things the guys do here.
Yes.
So, but you know, the one thing I'd love to do is I'd love to try and do a Luganda song. That's my.
Copyright. I noticed when you're at the other side, you know, if you're going to be a copyright, when the bar plays your music, you know, you get that percentage. Of course, they used to take like 33%.
33% is The publishing.
Yeah. Then katugwe artist ne bakwako makeup man as the writer. You know, first kunyonyola the corporate, the other side to hear. Because wanene obuzibu buli bwe buti. Wenzijja nga ndi muyimbi nyingira studio nengende wane Simpan production. I do a song. After doing a song, then nze nalunkwasa Anderson nze nengenda nenkola promotion nensasula olumba sasula TVs, radio, you know, they want airplays. Nagenda mu kibala bami mu lukube. But again, when it comes kati ate fe aba TV tusasula, by the way we pay, nomuteka ya kasenta kaina ate okutuuka ewange nze yandisasula baba aninsasudde ate nze bensasula. Do you think Uganda tunatuuka ku level whereby the copyright is really making sense?
Yeah, tujja kutuukayo. Because now we've started the process, you know, omanyi, anything you want to accomplish in life, the first process is to start.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first walk. So bakola copyright law. By the way, copyright law,
it's not working. Yeah.
Kati implementation is where the issue is. And this implementation starts with artists organizing themselves.
Very true.
Okay, they need to be part of an organization. Mu America, baina BMI, baina CSAC, you know, Sweden baina STEAM. Different companies have these are called collecting agencies.
True.
They collect on behalf of the publishers. So everybody here, I'm hearing them talking about the collecting agencies, but nobody is talking about the publishing companies.
Very true.
Publishers are the most important aspect in helping the collecting agencies know what the terms and the technology and the terminologies are between them and the artist. So we're going to a publisher, and I was published to BMG Publishing, and in that publishing they gave me, they took about 33%.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a publisher, you're the artist, or Zewange, or Inori you're a writer. Okay, the first thing I want to know is, did you write the whole song yourself, or did you have other people involved? Ngongamanti, oh, nzinawandika lyrics, Nesimi yakola music. Already, that's 50% for you, 50% for Nesim.
Olulimba kyalubeerawo kati ng'obuza radio ne woofa zisigala zijja nga kayimba kaali kamu basigala bakuwa benefits, right?
Mpenzi, I think it's like what, 25 years now?
Ne kakati okyali ako.
Yeah.
Wallahi bino ebintu e Uganda.
I can show you on my phone. Tufuna statement. Every single year batuweeza statement. Penzi balukubye mu nsi bweziti ne bweziti. Czech Republic, Yugoslavia, bichi. They send us.
Ken, you know what? Today I'm going to let you go, yeah? But ogenda tu amusession. Mwoli mu Uganda tulina gyolaga kati.
Mwendi.
Njagala tujje kukomeo soke tunyumye music ebintu bino tubitegeere bulungi. Folumu tetubitegeere omanyi kanyize siri nyana ngala kunyumya ebintu zibitegeere tubiraba bulabini kagenda nchali wange naye fala nimbira ogenda tu. As you're winding up, what is it that you love to tell Ugandans?
Well, I would love to tell Ugandans that please take care of your life, because it's the, hey, I know people go to church and, you know, we're hoping for, you know, to go to heaven. But right now, at this moment, this is it. This is what you have. If your guru will take care of that, you know.
He started by his music from church.
Yeah. But right now, at this point, the only thing that you should care about is to protect yourself with this small little simple thing, which is called a mask. Wash your hands. You know,
Ken will come back, and the day he comes back, twina stories nyingi nnyo ze tugenda okwogerako. Wanene Uganda emu tebabyagala naye yakolako n'abantu